Hello everybody and welcome back to the Virtual Streamer YouTube channel. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. And today we are on Westby, Wisconsin 4X, episode 51. And last episode we picked up all of the grass that we mowed, windrowed and picked it all up, and also plowed everything. And also made it into two separate fields now. So the next thing we're going to be doing is I need some straw because I just bought this barn, whatever, straw storage for down here for these cows. I mean, and I do still have some straw up here yet, but I'm gonna want more because I'm gonna be having a lot of cows now. I'm probably gonna put 20 in each, I think, to start, which will be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 of them. So that's already 40 more than I have right now. And so we're gonna need some straw for sure to start filling up all of the barns. So yeah, that's the plan. So I need to start seeding, which means I need to either lease one or buy one. So let's just see how much money we got. I do have, what I would like to do is get a huge seeding rig and $3 million max loan. That's all we got, 900,000. So ideally, I'm gonna price this out first, because I was going to upgrade to this setup for planting soybeans anyways within a few years. So we might just push it up now, and that's not good. Let's try that again. And that's great. I've used this before. It has been a long time though, so maybe this isn't gonna be great. So that's gonna cost me 15,000 to lease. I mean, I'm gonna be able to lease all this. Why is everything in the shop is just broken right now? Okay, that makes me feel a little better about that. And I know I've had problems with the tracks, so I'm not gonna be doing that if I buy this thing. So 360 plus 300, so that's what? 670 right now. And my plan is to pull it with a big Beast 9R. Literally everything in the shop is just weird right now. What in the world is going on? I've never seen this before. I've seen certain mods like this be weird, but not everything. Of course, Michelin. I don't know why I'm so partial to Michelin, but I just am, I guess. I shouldn't need a 3-point or PTO, because I'm not going to run this on Auger Wagon ever or nothing. US and this, so 670. This is a $1.3 million rig if I didn't lease any of it. But since actual planting is coming around the corner here soon, I think I'm just gonna lease everything, and we'll just pay it for it month by month, and then hopefully when I sell soybeans, I'll be able to at least pay off the seeder or the tractor, or just the tractor, or both of them. All three, I guess, seeder, cart, and tractor. But I think that's gonna be the plan though, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm gonna be not buying any more land for probably a good year, maybe two even. Because before I buy more land, I want to upgrade harvest equipment. And this was one of the upgrades I wanted to do before I got more land as well. So this is what we're gonna do. And lease to own is a great thing. So 31,000 before I put any time on it. We're gonna be leasing this whole rig, which is gonna be great. No numbers, lights though, yes, absolutely. And 11 miles an hour it does. I think I'm gonna go change that before we start actually using this. I just don't like... 9 is already kind of ridiculous. And, oh god, I almost bought that. That would have been not good. Lease? Okay. Let's go check this thing out now. Heck yeah, okay, good. None of it's shaking around now, which is great. Good thing it's just a shop thing. Much better. I'm much more at ease. So, we only spent, like, what did I have? 9? I don't even know what I had now. 260,000 in leasing? No. I bought something else. Oh yeah, that was buying my mowers and stuff. Okay, leasing costs. Where's that? $65,000 instead. For now. And that is gonna go up since I'm gonna be seeding this field that the whole thing I just plowed. This is gonna be going into oats. It's 88 section, and 58 is gonna be going into grass. I'm gonna seed it all once I get going here. I am gonna do the oats first. And like I said in last episode, I just can't get out of this field. I've been in it for 2 full episodes now, doing mowing and picking up. It's kind of been crazy, actually, how much I've been in this field. But that's alright. This is the last thing I need to do. If I could hook things up, that'd be nice. Okay, perfect. I think we're good. But yeah, this is gonna be it. And I just got for seeds, because it's typically this is only gonna be planting soybeans. And that doesn't need any fertilizer, so that was my plan with just doing a seed tank. Don't need anything else, just seeds. So that was the plan on that. But I am going to now drive this thing down to the field, and then I will come back here in a moment once we're there and all set up with some seeds in the semi as well. I almost forgot about that. So yeah, I'll be back when we're ready to start pitter-pattering some oats in. Alright, and a good little bit later, we are now ready to get this thing rolling here. Or get seeding, I guess I should say. We got it filled up with seeds with oats. Seeds in Farm Sim. Oats in the game, I guess. And yeah, now we're testing out how wide our seeder is. Why English is hard right now. This thing is struggling bad though. Good grief. There we go. Just had to get started on this hill. This line looks pretty good, so we'll go with it for now, but I might be changing that a little bit throughout the field. We shall see, I guess. So like I said in last episode, I painted a little bit onto the field, which is no big deal, because now after I seed it, it will go away. See, look. Even it's going... in this actual drill, it's counting this whole thing as like a cultivator, it looks like, because it's getting rid of even this grass here, that in-game grass that I didn't seed. Which is cool with me, I guess. It'll grow back. Don't matter. And I did change this to go only 11, from 11 to 9. So now it's actually at a normal speed. It's still super fast. You'd never pull this thing in real life at 9. But that's right. Farm sim realism, we'll call it that. Good enough. Better than 11. I feel like 11's ridiculous. And yeah, while I was filling this thing up, I realized that this does not have a collision, so I can drive my truck right over it. Unlike the Borgos, if you watch my other series on Chilliwack 4X, I can drive over it, but it's actually has a collision. This does not have a collision, so that was the drill I was thinking of, apparently, when I was trying to fill it up for the first time, my Borgo, over there on Chilliwack, but it was this drill instead, so, which is alright. It looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of shifting, because there's some real big hills on this map, so this thing is going to be a beast. But that's alright, we'll just be shifting a lot, which is okay. I like shifting anyways. Makes it fun and makes it worth having a wheel, so can't complain at all. But yeah, let's jump right into a time lapse now. Enough jibber jabber, and let's get some oats in the ground. So hopefully everybody enjoys the time lapse. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that time lapse. And this thing is a beast. It is, oof, we get crawling with this thing big time. Like, it is down to 1-2 miles an hour sometimes, which is a bit crazy, but that's alright. Alright, sweet. The land is pretty solid, so that's good. But yeah, we only burnt up just less. This thing holds 850 bushels of seeds, and we only burnt up 275-ish. Just less, a little bit less than 275. But yeah, let's switch this thing over to grass. And I'm going to seed this thing off camera here, this whole field into grass. And then we will come back once that is complete. So we will see you here in a little while. Okay, we are done with our grass field. It is all seeded away. That only took, what, another hour and a half, I'd say, something around there. Maybe a little more. And yeah, this is still the first 850 bushels that we had in the initial load, and we still have over a third of it left. So this thing really can knock out the acres. You just go, you never fill up. But 850 bushels of seed is a good amount, so it makes sense how it can do so much on a one fill, which is great. But yeah, now it's time to put it into storage for literally not even a month. About 3 days in game. April 2nd is when I'll be seeding soybeans, and that's when this thing will get pulled out again. So I know it's not the most realistic thing, seeding soybeans with, because this is 12-inch spacing, technically. And even beans on 15-inch spacing is kind of pushing it, but it is realistic. I've seen, if you guys watch Ivor's farms, they have a 2160 15-inch spacing planter that they use for soybeans, but then of course 30-inch corn. So yeah, I don't know. 12 is not much tighter than that, but a little bit. So I don't know, I figure it's the best. There's no other like good mod that's like a John Deere and it's good for soybeans really. So it's kind of either drill or I stick with the 60-foot planter on 30-inch spacing forever. There is a 90-footer, but I don't know. I do have it in the game right now. So let's just take a look. It's a 90-foot, but it's 30-inch spacing as well. So it's like crap. That's why this worked pretty well. This 31-inch, because that was technically like 15-inch spacing, but it's only a 40-footer. That's I can't do that with how much acres I have. I'd plant for years. Real life, absolutely, that'd be plenty for how many acres I have, but in farm sim, it's like, okay, I'd like to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. I want it to take a while, but not all, like 6 hours just to plant soybeans each year, if not longer. And then that's before corn, of course. That's about half my land, so yeah, so I feel like this is my best option with the mods and everything else that I have at my disposal. Oh well, it'll work. Not super realistic, but it'll work. So yeah, now I'm going to go park the seeder, park the truck back, and then I'm going to fast forward to March 4th, and we're gonna jump into some anhydrous. Okay, we are finally going to do some field work that isn't in those new fields. It has been a long time. It's felt like it's been forever, to be honest, but that's alright. We finally got that all seeded and ready to go, but I will have to spray some fertilizer down on it here sooner than later. Wow, I left myself with 2% anhydrous? Come on. What was I thinking? Well, I guess I'm going to fill up anhydrous now. And then I will come back this way. So, yeah, my plan, I have 4 fields to do. I can see one of them. I can see 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. So, And there is 4. I got the monster field as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to start here in 80 and 79. I was going to start in 69 and 70 right here, but I don't have any anhydrous, so there's no point in even starting right now because I'm going to be filling up in 2 seconds, so or need to fill up in 2 seconds, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna top this thing off and then I will come back and just jump right into a time lapse. So hopefully everybody enjoys the time lapse. Alright, field 1 is completed. Let's take a look at the map, and that's more like it. I haven't seen that in a long time. It felt good to be up north back in the home fields, kinda, because I've only been in these 2 fields, this section of this whole map, for the past, like, long time. Past few weeks, it felt like, for sure 2 weeks of recording videos on and off from this and Chilliwack 4X, so it's kind of gnarly, but feels good to finally get back up north, closer towards the original homestead here. But yeah, there's field 1 complete. I just put 60 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare, and that works out pretty good. Because then I still am always adding a little bit of fertilizer when I am planting, but it's never too much either, so it works out perfect. So yeah, got her down to a science, which is awesome. But now I am going to wrap up these last 3 fields, so let's see how long it's supposed to take. It's gonna rain at 11, so I might have to pause, I don't know. Within 3.5 hours, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, to be honest. Cause that other, actually maybe, it's possible. This field will probably take 2 hours. And these other 2 fields aren't very big, so I don't know. We shall see, I suppose. But yeah, I am going to wrap up all this anhydrous. Alright, we are back, and anhydrous is all down, and we are ready for planting, which is awesome. Except I do have to fertilize these 2 fields before we start planting, so I'm not going to skip into April quite yet, but for sure next episode. So that is going to be planned for next episode, to spray some fertilizer down on that grass and oat fields I just seeded, and then we will jump into some corn planting. So yeah, hopefully everybody looks forward to that. I know I do. Planting is honestly my favorite time of year, which is, I don't know, I just enjoy it the most. It's kind of my favorite pastime, I guess you could call it. So it did rain. I did have to fast forward some time through the rain, but the field only took, it took about 2.5 hours to do the whole thing, which wasn't bad. I did have to kind of fill in spots, because all this already had good nitrogen, especially right here, so I kind of shut off the anhydrous bar and turned it back on a lot, which is fine. So now after this year of planting it in corn and maxing out the nitrogen basically, and next year I won't have to deal with that, so it's gonna work out great. But yeah, I think I am going to wrap up today's episode here, and hopefully everybody enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode.